This isn't fiction, not some story scraped from imagination. This is a dream, a real one, lived and relived by a man named Rafael. It doesn't visit every night, only some, but when it does, it always ends the same way, with the earth, the coffin, and his grandmother praying above his grave. Rafael always starts in the hallway. The boards beneath his feet bend and moan, but he makes no sound. The air is stagnant, as if sealed inside a jar. Peeling wallpaper reveals cracked wooden beams beneath. Spiderwebs sway with no wind. He recognizes it. The house he grew up in, deep in the countryside, long since abandoned. But in the dream, it's not ruined. It's preserved, as if time decided to hold it still, just for this. He walks past picture frames with faces scratched out. He hears the kitchen clock ticking, slow but loud, like it's counting down to something. Then comes the humming, software tuneless, off-key. He turns the corner and sees her, his grandmother. She sits hunched in the wooden rocking chair back to him, her shawl draped over her shoulders like a burial cloth. The candle in front of her flickers, though there's no breeze. She's whispering something, over and over. A prayer perhaps, a chant. And though he hasn't spoken a word, she says without turning, "You shouldn't be here, Rafa." He doesn't answer. He can't. Because suddenly, he remembers. Rafael is not supposed to be alive in this place. Not here. Not anymore. Not since the burial. The transition is always seamless. One breath he's standing behind Grandma. The next, he's in the box. Tight walls press against his shoulders. The wood creaks above him. A coffin. No lining. No cushion. Just raw pine boards nailed shut. He tries to move his arms, but they're bound by space. He tries to breathe deeply, but the air is thin and smells of old dirt and mildew. Then comes the realization. He's already underground. A sudden pressure on the lid above him confirms it. Weight, soil, a burial. And then, like a whisper through the grave, he hears her, not far, right above him. Grandma is praying. Her voice comes in waves, distorted by the soil, but unmistakable. Corpus sum accipe, spiritum rede. Not Latin, or not quite. Something close, something ancient. Her tone isn't mourning. It's commanding, deliberate. Not asking for peace, but calling something else. At first it's subtle, a faint scratching sound beneath him. He thinks it's his imagination, but it grows louder. Then he feels movement, not above, below. Tiny fingers, clawing, scraping at the base of the coffin like they want in. Or worse, like they're trying to drag him deeper. His legs go numb. He tries to scream, but dirt fills his throat. The wood above him groans and cracks. Something is shifting. He hears breathing. Not his own, childlike, labored, as if something was buried beneath him, something that never died properly. Above the surface, Grandma's voice grows louder, her words rapid, ecstatic now. Accipe corpus, red animam. Then silence, complete and hollow, like the world has stopped spinning, until the coffin jerks. Rafael wakes as if pulled from underwater. His chest rises in violent gasps. His throat is raw, like he's been screaming, though no sound came out. His heart punches inside his ribcage, and for a moment, he's not sure if he's still dreaming. The room is dark, too quiet. The silence feels dense, pressing against his ears like cotton soaked in oil. Then he hears it, a faint creak from the hallway, or from beneath the bed. He sits up slowly, skin clammy with sweat. The sheets are twisted around his legs, damp and heavy like wet cloth. He reaches for the lamp on his nightstand. The switch clicks, but nothing. The bulb is dead. Again, he looks at his hands. His fingernails are chipped, jagged, and beneath them, dirt. He rises slowly and stumbles toward the hallway. It's darker than it should be. Even with the lights off, moonlight always bled through the windows. Not tonight. He passes the coat rack, stops. There's something hanging on it that shouldn't be there. A shawl, old, grey, heavy knitted wool, frayed at the edges, smelling faintly of soil and lavender. Grandma's shawl. He hasn't seen it in years. It should be buried with her. And next to it, resting on the shelf, his boots, covered in mud. Back in bed, Rafael sits until dawn. He doesn't sleep. He doesn't even blink for long. He just listens. Because on some nights, especially after this kind of dream, there are sounds, tiny sounds, rustling beneath the floorboards, creaks on the stairs, and once, he swears, a quiet voice outside his bedroom door, whispering in that same cracked ancient tone. Rafa, lie still now. You're not ready to wake yet. Dreams fade. Memories blur. But not this. Rafael doesn't tell people anymore. They don't understand. How could they? He doesn't drink, doesn't take pills. He knows what a dream is. But this feels like a place, like a return. And on some nights, when the wind is still and the moon hangs low behind the trees, he swears he can hear it, a soft, steady voice, in a language long buried, praying. If you think this story is over, think again. Darkness doesn't end, it waits, and the next one might be closer than you think. Subscribe before it finds you first.